So we'll be discussing about what can we as human beings do in this age of AI, and how can we understand ourselves? How can we fit into this? Um, just see if I can. All right, so the agenda today is to explore the intersection of human consciousness and AI. So I'm going to talk about how AI challenges and enhances our understanding of human potential and relevance in business and society. And it is a timely dialogue with BINUS International, and I'm really honored to engage with one of the Southeast Asia's most tech-forward academic communities to discuss the future of business in the AI era. So my key theme is about human awareness, how much we know about how we can differentiate ourselves from the AI systems. So a little bit about me. So I live in Lima, Peru. I'm originally actually from Tallinn, Estonia. So I do have quite a global background, which I will be also discussing in my lecture today. Um, and I do come from the corporate background. I've been teaching for over 10 years, and I've been also doing consulting. So I have quite a unique viewpoint from the different industries, from theory, from practice, and from different global regions in the world. And a fun fact about me, there was a time when I was participating in different startups, and one of the startups that I participated in here in Peru, I started a premium Amazon rainwater brand. Um, and also I helped scale Peruvian pisco exports to 19 countries. So here are my contact information. I would be very happy to receive your email or your inquiries through LinkedIn, and I'm glad to answer to any of your questions. All right, so my lecture today is divided into three parts. The first one is about overview of AI global trends. The second one about human awareness. How much do we know ourselves? And then the third part is the practical tools, what we can do about in the situation. All right, so I'm going to give you a speech about this topic for 1 hour, right? And so, and I thank all of you for listening and being attentive to my presentation. But could AI be doing this presentation instead of me, right? AI could use it. We could use an avatar, we could do a voiceover. So you don't really need me as a human being giving this speech, or do you? You could also distill the 60 minutes into an inside of 6 minute summary, right? And so then you can have some time, extra time that you can go to get coffee, answer emails, or go watch some Netflix. So the question that I'm posing to all of you today is not just whether AI can replace work, but it's whether it might replace your work or mine. And so what we're looking at today is the exponential impact of AI on global business. So AI right now is involved with decision making to marketing, and it's really redefining how companies operate, how they compete, and how they grow. So the core question that I want you to think about is, how do us humans, how can we stay relevant, right? So as machines become smarter, our challenge is to deepen awareness, creativity, and ethical leadership to maintain our edge. And more importantly, what can you do to stay ahead, to adapt, to stay valuable? So, couple of quotes, right? Where is AI headed? Bill Gates, in one of his recent interviews, said people should think through how is AI going to reshape our lives. It is a profound change agent. it will change learning, it will change the job market. It'll be just like nuclear energy, nuclear weapons. It'll change us. And Megan Hauser, in her article in New Atlantis on AI as a hall of mirrors, she's posing that everyone now arguing about the shifting goals post-vision of general AI agrees that it would be something capable of beating us at our own games, cognitively and otherwise. And the same OpenAI, the way how they are defining general AI on their charter is simply put, AI is a highly autonomous systems that outperform humans at most economically valuable work. So where is AI headed with that? All right, so I want you to also participate. So I've added here a QR code. You can go to menti.com and use the code that you can see on your screen. So I wanted to share on that poll, what do you feel about AI? Are you excited about it? Or do you see AI as an opportunity, innovation, efficiency, a breakthrough potential business application? Are you curious about it? For you, AI sparks questions and exploration, how it works, what it changes, and where it's going, or you feel overwhelmed. You feel that rapid advancements and technical jargon can make AI feel complex and hard to follow, or are you fearful? Do you have concerns over job replacement, surveillance, and ethical misuse that would create hesitation? Right. So take some moments, take your phone and scan the QR code. So I'll just give you a couple of minutes to participate, and we'll see the results. Okay. So is everybody been able to join Mentimeter? Okay. A couple more minutes. And see if I can see the results. All right. Let me see if I can move to sharing my screen and share something else. Okay, so let me see if I can. Okay. I believe you can see my screen. Okay. All right, so I can see that majority of you are curious and excited. That's wonderful. Excellent. All right, let's go back to the presentation. That's good news. All right, so looking at the global trends of AI, right? So it's disrupting every business function from finance and supply chains to marketing and HR. AI systems automate tasks, optimize processes, and uncover patterns with superhuman speed, right? So AI is really being helpful in the business and also in as a personal knowledge tool. Generative AI transforms decision making. The tools like ChatGPT and DALL-E support content creation, predictive analytics, and strategic planning across industries. Your own university is collaborating with Microsoft for practical application. So for admin and education systems, optimizing student services, grading, and operational decisions. So it's an amazing tool for your institution. And there is a global governance example from European Union. They have created an AI Act that sets a benchmark for ethical AI with its regulatory framework, categorizing risks and emphasizing accountability. And some specific business-related examples here in Peru. One of my latest consulting work was with a Newmont gold mine company here in Peru. And they do use AI for predictive maintenance. They are one of the leaders in using AI in their operations and also for safety protocols and workforce optimization. The firm's delivery firm Rappi and Mercado Libre, which is online e-commerce site, they deploy AI for logistics, user behavior prediction, and fraud prevention. And some examples from my home country, Estonia, they do have a digital nation with AI and governance. They do have a one-stop policy and digital ID enable AI-powered services in tax, healthcare, and education. And because of their size, Estonia is very small, so it's a very tech-savvy nation, and they can leverage its size to iterate AI systems faster with minimal bureaucracy. So if we look at their artificial intelligence and their capabilities, and it can be divided between 5 capabilities: machine learning, robotics, rules-based AI and decision trees, speech and text and vision. And here are some examples of companies that are very successfully deploying these tools. Netflix having their recommendation engine, OpenAI using ChatGPT. There are automated call centers, Siri and Alexa that all of you are using, and autonomous self-driving vehicles. These are just very few examples of what AI is capable of doing. And some study regarding Indonesia from Access Partnership from 2023 talks about the potential of the economic impact of generative AI. It talks about that it can boost Indonesia's productive capacity up to 1/5 of its current GDP. And the study talks about the 3 main channels through which generative AI can change the processes of production and boost business activity through unleashing creativity, accelerating discovery, and enhancing efficiency. And some of the industries that are expected to benefit from being transformed by generative AI is mainly agriculture, hunting, forestry, and fishing, wholesale and retail, and manufacturing industries. So now that we have an overview of what AI is capable of doing and what it's already doing in the business world, what about us as human beings, right? So we really have to think about how do we fit into the AI world. So we have to look beyond IQ and EQ, right? We have to enter into the human awareness that involves foresight, empathy, contextual judgment, skills that AI lacks, but businesses do need. And the awareness is important in an AI era because AI can predict and compute, but humans, we are the ones that can understand nuance, ethical trade-offs, and long-term consequences. And so the real-world example from my mining consulting, Newmont's mine Yanacocha here in Peru, they are at the stage of mine closure. So they do have AI tools that can model workforce reduction, financial impacts, for example, but human leaders had to weigh community trust, environmental legacy, and social reputation. So before we move on, I want to make sure that we are on the same page regarding key definitions. So when we talk about automation, it means the use of technology to perform tasks with minimal human intervention. And AI, there are systems that simulate human intelligence to perform tasks like learning, reasoning, and problem solving. When we talk about substitution, uh, it means that AI replaces human labor in certain tasks or decisions. When we talk about augmentation, is where AI can support or enhance human abilities, improve speed, accuracy, or insight. And when we talk about AI exposure, it's the degree to which AI technologies can perform tasks currently done by humans and increase overall productivity. And when we talk about AI complementarity, it's the degree to which AI enhances human labor and increases labor productivity. So what really AI replacing human work means, right? In the past, at the early stages of AI revolution, it was about task automation, single task, basic rules, individual tools. At the moment, it's becoming more complex, and we're looking at the end-to-end processes, cross-system integration, and workflow orchestration. But the future is really moving towards AI agents. Already, there are many AI tools available who are offering AI agent services, and you can have complete role automation and intelligent orchestration between AI agents. So a very interesting study that came out last month by OpenAI. So they released a new test of AI ability by gathering experts with an average of 14 years of experience in industries ranging from finance to law to retail. And they had them design realistic tasks that would take human experts an average of 4 to 7 hours to complete. And you can see that the different AI tools had a different result compared to the industry experts. And you can see that Claude Opus was quite close, right? So the gap is narrowing very quickly between what the human experts can do and what the AI tools are doing. So you can take a look at the source to see more detail about the study, the recent study. The United Nations Development Program survey from Human Development Report, they are looking how people think about AI's impact on work. So around 60% expect to generate new job opportunities, while half anticipate automation. And so you can see that there are three different ways how this study talks about AI effect on human work. So automation is where your job is significantly changed or replaced. Augmentation is where you find new roles that currently don't exist. And productivity boost is how AI can boost productivity in collaboration with human workers. So there is a different impact of AI on different jobs and different industries. So you can see from this study from 2023, that of course the IT industry has the largest impact of the automation, and the supply chain has the smallest impact on automation. So the studies show that AI exposure often correlates with higher education jobs, new tasks, not just elimination. And the effects vary by country, by infrastructure, and digital readiness. And another study from Canada actually was from 2016, but it was an early study regarding labor market impact from the perspective of the level of education. So from the study, it showed that it had if you have a master's degree, then you are facing the lowest risk of job transformation due to automation. So education helps. And from the other side, I want to talk about one case in Latin America where the World Bank, in its recent report on employment exposure to generative AI talks about the digital divide in Latin America, and mainly because there's a very high level of informality in Latin American countries. So you can see that if you compare it to US or UK, Peru has very low, in general, low exposure because of the informality and lack of access of majority of the population to the digital tools. And in Europe, they are giving an example to regarding how we should think from the perspective of ethics on AI. So they have, in 2019, they were one of the first regions in the world to publish ethics guidelines for trustworthy AI. So their main focus is on that the primacy is on the human person, and they promote a right-based approach in reviewing the main principles that define the relationship between human persons and robots. So they deal with issues, for example, like lethal autonomous weapons that raises critical concerns in the field of AI, and talks about the principle of human autonomy and the requirement of human agency and oversight as central argumentation lines. Not all countries have ethical guidelines, so we are really in a unknown zone in most of the regions regarding where AI is going from the perspective of ethics and the potential effect that it can have on human agency or human autonomy. So if we compare specifically AI with human cognition, we can think about parallel processing. AI can perform massive parallel computations, and we as humans, some people are more capable of others, but it surpasses human capabilities in speed and scale. Also, memory access. AI systems can have near instant access to vast amounts of stored information, unlike human memory retrieval. Consistency. AI doesn't suffer from fatigue or emotional fluctuations that can affect human cognitive performance. And intuition and creativity, that's an area where humans still generally outperform AI in tasks requiring deep intuition or novel creativity. Although there is constant stream of research indicating that this may not always be the case. So you can see that AI strengths or AI cognitive strengths are data processing, pattern recognition, consistency, recall, objectivity, and scalability. And we as humans, we do have upper hand on intuition and insight, contextual understanding, ethical reasoning, adaptability, creativity, and general intelligence. So what can humans bring that AI can't yet? We can talk about in terms of complementary skills and substitutable skills. Regarding complementary skills, those are digital literacy, analytical thinking, ethics, or technical proficiency. They either enable creating or using AI systems or are augmented by AI tools to increase collective effectiveness. And regarding the substitutable skills, those are tasks or abilities that AI systems can perform with little or no human intervention, often routine or rule-based tasks, including basic data processing, text synthesis, and grammar. So also from a study from Indonesia by Access Partnership, it has a very good graph of specifying generative AI impact on specific work activities. So there is a group of work activities that AI has a really high impact, for example, on scheduling work and activities or processing information, developing objective and strategies. And then on the other side, there are some activities that still have a very low or negative impact by generative AI. So you can see that performing general physical activities that really needs your physical body as a human being, communicating with people outside the organization, assisting and caring for others, coaching and developing others. So there are still some activities that don't have such a level of potential AI effect. So what should we watch out for when we are thinking about using AI tools to boost our productivity, to augment our performance, and to replace a human error and human speed of performing tasks? So number one is relying on automation without developing human skills. That could result in de-skilling, right? So there's a risk of diminishing human critical thinking and domain expertise. So if we get into the habit of relying on AI on a majority of our knowledge work, at some moment, the question arises, when do we start automating our activities and we stop learning? Because when you have to use your own cognitive abilities, you are at the same time involving a learning process and building your own knowledge base. Another one is interpretation complexity, right? As AI tackles more complex problems, interpreting and applying its outputs become more challenging. So we cannot take at face value everything that AI tools are giving us. Even OpenAI has a warning sign on their page that ChatGPT results cannot be always accurate. There is an unequal access to AI digital infrastructure that can broaden inequality, especially in developing countries, as we saw in the case of Latin America. Also, overhype of AI replacing everyone, which can miss the nuance of augmentation, right? So AI doesn't necessarily have to replace human beings. It can augment our human capabilities. So as professionals, we need to develop new skills to effectively collaborate with AI systems so we can result in augmentation. And also there are ethical, regulatory, and bias issues in AI. So that can create a future business risk. So we have to ensure responsible use of AI in decision-making processes that affect people's lives. So let's look at now the practical tools that we know what AI is capable of doing and what us as human beings can be doing at the same time. Here's a 4-step plan for AI-enhanced collaboration. So number one is you should develop AI literacy. You have to understand AI concepts and interact effectively with AI systems. Number two is identify complementary skills. And I'm going to be discussing it in the next slide, how you can focus on your unique human skills like creativity and emotional intelligence. Number three is practice AI collaboration. The only way you can improve your participation is by learning to formulate queries and evaluate AI outputs and learning to use different AI tools so you can become more AI literate. And number four is maintaining learning mindset. So stay open to change and share experiences with colleagues and be open for collaborations and be curious. So that once you finish your studies at the university, your learning does not stop there. So in order to be successful and competitive in the workforce, today and tomorrow. You have to maintain learning mindset and continuously consider every job opportunity, every experience as a learning opportunity. Here's an interesting study that came out of MIT. They have just this month in October, they have updated their original EPOC framework, which represents empathy, presence, opinion, creativity, and hope. Those are the human capabilities that enable work in areas where machines are limited yet. So this framework explicitly distinguishes AI's roles in augmenting versus automating work. So what we are looking for is, instead of being replaced by AI, is how we can augment our work. And also the study shows that epoch intensive jobs experienced stronger employment growth from 2015 to 23, higher hiring rates in 2024, and more favorable projections through 2034. So really focus on those 5 elements of epoch skills, 5 capabilities that you as a human being have. So number 1 is empathy, emotional intelligence, that you can connect with other people and you can feel their pain or feel their joy, and you can relate. Number 2 is presence, right? Networking, connectedness, connecting with other people in your country, at school, in your community, globally, within the industry. So you have this power in your hand that you can connect with other people. Number 3 is the opinion, judgment, and ethics, right? Your value base that comes from your background, from your home, from your family, what is right and wrong. And so you can make this judgment that the AI tools are not capable yet. Creativity and imagination, right? So you still AI needs your guidance, right? So the effectiveness of AI depends on your creativity and imagination and how you can guide them with appropriate prompts. And the 5th one is hope, vision, and leadership, foresight, looking to the future, having the vision where you would like to go with your company, with your project, with your organization, you with your own career, and leadership, how you can lead people, how you can lead groups, how you can inspire people. To complement the MIT study, here is another report from Australia and New Zealand, also from this year. The Hayes 2025 Skills Report mentions that 91% of hiring managers identify skills scarcity as their top challenge. And they mostly highlight the urgent need for proactive workforce planning and upskilling strategies. And they're mainly focusing on human skills, right? So communication and teamwork and collaboration. 84 of all the hiring managers are highlighting the skills. Critical thinking and problem solving, 81%. Adaptability and flexibility, 71%. So hiring managers are considering the human skills to be most important in the next 5 years. However, when the professionals or the candidates were surveyed, they think their understanding of what's expected from them is quite different, right? So they mostly think that they need new IT tech skills, leadership management skills, and some lower importance of human skills and technical skills. So what can we do about emphasizing the human skills? From the organization and business point of view, the universities, it's very important that universities design curricula that integrate AI data analytics, ethics, business and technology fusion. From the private companies, it's very important that they invest not only in AI training, but human AI collaboration and redesigning jobs to combine human AI, and in order to be able to augment human productivity and performance and to upskill workforce. And from the policy context, from the public sector, it's very important that each country ensures their digital infrastructure. They allow access to everyone in the society to digital tools, and they create a just transition, which is quite a big ask for some countries. And you, as an individual, what can you do? So having that information and having that understanding, it's very important that you proactively take actions. So you can take courses or modules in AI, on data analytics, digital transformation. So you become AI literate. So you understand what are the capabilities of all the AI tools. Very important also to engage in internships or projects that use AI or digital tools, either in Indonesia or globally. A third recommendation is to develop a personal AI toolkit. So you can familiarize with popular AI tools like generative AI, BI tools, dashboards, so you can start adding value to yourself and for your work. It's very important that you understand that the AI tools are popping like mushrooms after rain. So you really have to be up to speed on that. And there's a lot of content available on social media, on websites. And the same generative AI tools can help you guide with getting to know the new and available tools. Most of the tools, they have some introductory free version. So you have a chance to try them out. So just go and visit those different tools and just try them. The fourth one is really reflect on your future role. Ask yourself, what tasks in your intended career might be automated, right? So what you're studying right now is if you're studying business or if you're studying IT, if you study finance, law, arts, etc. So what tasks from your career might be automated? And after that, ask yourself how you can shift to tasks that humans are better at. And very important that you do network with peers, internships, organizations at the intersection of business and AI. So be involved, find people, like-minded people who are also curious about AI, and learn together, share together with, what have you discovered, which tools are working, etc. So really embrace the AI world with courage and curiosity. So I want you to take this moment right now to do a self-audit, right? So really think about those three questions. And if you get a chance to write down, and I'm not sure if you can share in the chat. Is there the Q&A session or a chat section? I can see that chat. So you can write your thoughts on those three questions. So number one is, what are the top 3 skills that you currently have that AI can't easily replicate? So everything that you have heard from my lecture today, from the human capabilities and human skills, What skills do you think you have that AI can't easily replicate? The second question is, what are 3 tasks in your intended career path that might be automated? So think about it. We do really have to think about it to be prepared because AI world is changing so quickly. And the third question that I want you to ask yourself is, what skills do you need to improve to stay relevant? Right? So if you want to think individually, write them down for yourself. Or write it in the chat. Okay. All right. So closing, let's talk about the awareness of what's happening in the AI world. AI is powerful, but awareness is irreplaceable, right? So algorithms can predict, but only humans can interpret, care, and envision ethical futures. And so the next frontier is wiser humans, not just smarter tech, right? So think about how you can become wiser in the AI world. So we must invest as much in our awareness as we do in our tools. The conscious leadership will define the future. And Gen Zs, as majority of you who are listening to me right now, this is your mission, right? You are the future. You have to think about blending ethics, innovation, and inclusion. And you do have this opportunity and responsibility to shape a tech-powered world. So my closing remarks, after these remarks, I'm happy to receive any of your questions. I'm happy to keep the conversation going. So feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn or via email for questions, collaborations, and follow-ups. And I am open to partnerships with BINUS students. So explore opportunities for mentoring, for co-research, or guest lectures beyond the session. So thank you very much for your engagement, and I'm hoping to hear your questions and keep this conversation going.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Katrin, for the presentation. There are some questions from our student. I hope you would like to answer the questions. First from Vincent. Vincent Salim. His question is, do you have any advice for young generation on how to face with AI wisely, especially in the field of education? I think about the ethic conduct for how you use AI in the education, like finishing the exam and or maybe like write some papers,
Yeah.
maybe like that. Right,
Yes. Thank you.
Vincent? Mhm. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the question. Yes, this is very, very important question to ask. So I want you to think about your brain as a muscle, right? So um, if you want to build a muscle, right? So you need to exercise it. You need to go to the gym. You have to do sports. Without that, you will be losing the muscle. So the same happens with your brain. So if you're not exercising your cognitive skills, you will be losing those cognitive skills. And so the whole idea of learning, right? So if you, ever since you went to the elementary school, middle school, high school, and university, the whole process is actually a mental exercise or mental gym for your brain, if you may. So now that we have the AI tools, it is really a slippery slope because if you need to prepare work that you are in a rush and a hurry, and it's very easy to go to the AI tools and ask them to do the work for you. So if this becomes a habit, then you will result in diminishing your cognitive skills. So I want you to be mindful of that, right? So be really mindful and wise about how you're using the AI tools, and question uh, all the results that you are getting when interacting with AI tools. So you can develop your own voice, your own way of understanding things, your own way of thinking about things, right? And so the best way for that is to have live conversations with your fellow students, with your friends, with your family members, questioning things, trying to talk to people who have different viewpoints and opinions, and really challenging yourself, being the devil's advocate for yourself, to challenge and question the way how you understand things, the way how you're thinking things. So this is the best way how you can train your cognitive abilities and improve your cognitive skills. Um, and as a result, be more competitive in your career.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Katrin, for the answer. And the next questions is from Farrell. Farrell asks, since you mentioned about complementary versus substitutionary skills, what do you think is the most required complementary skills to handle AI?
Yes. So the critical thinking is the complementary skill, right? So the way how you can synthesize the information, right? So if you ask, for example, ChatGPT to give you some ideas about a topic, or give you some research on from the different sources, it's your responsibility to being able to understand it, and to be able to find connections, right? So connect ideas in the way that you understand it, right? So the critical thinking and critical analysis is something that the AI tools, they can find information for you, but putting them all together so it represents your voice is something that is really a complementary from your side.
So the users still also find the connection between the result and the context also, yeah, Dr. Catherine.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. So you are the one who is setting the context. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. Right.
thank you. Okay, next question is from Amanda Putri. Amanda is currently researching on developing human-centered innovation amidst generative AI assistance from the organizational culture perspective. She's wondering, do you think organization culture plays important role in this AI integration? Like, how do you think organization should build a culture that could make workers leverage more on their human cognition instead of relying it?
Yes, very, very important question. Thank you so much, Amanda. Um, Human Resource Department has this enormous opportunity to design organizational culture. And now more than ever, we really have to think about the job design, not only the organizational structure, but how each individual is expected to interact with their colleagues, and how you can involve more human-centric interactions, and not only individual work with AI tools. So to have the checks and balances, just like in a government, within an organization, it's important that people and colleagues, they do have work processes that involve human interactions, brainstorming sessions, lessons learned sessions, best case success story sharing, right? So having these um, moments where you can have a tacit knowledge exchange rather than focusing on individual work with AI tools. So it's a very, very, very good question. Thank you.
Okay. Uh, yeah, from Raifansa and Zaki. Uh, as AI becomes more intelligent, does humanity needs to become more self-aware to preserve its identity and values?
Yeah, so probably the surge of AI tools have forced us as human beings to really be self-aware, right? And so uh, I don't think it's a coincidence that there is a surge also in self-help, and also the main reason or main use for the AI tools or ChatGPT is psychological help or life coaching. And so this is actually an opportunity for us to think about what makes us human. And we didn't have to think about these things before, but now that we have this alternative consciousness developing, we we have no choice that really getting to know ourselves. What are our strengths? What are our weaknesses? And how we can um, how we can allow AI to grow and develop in our service rather than in our replacement.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Katrin. Um, yeah, I think this one is a good question. Yeah. How can business use AI to build more authentic and empathic customer relationships, not just more efficient ones?
Mm. Yeah, there have been some interesting cases where some customer service companies, they have implemented AI tools to interact with customers, and they have in their algorithm they have included that there's some more difficult cases that needs human interactions, and so they do actually have on their payroll humans in customer service who take over the conversation when it becomes more difficult. So if somebody is talking about some personal issues, so you can the human customer service agent can humanize the conversation and be more empathetic. And so it's not a very dry conversation, but it can be customizable to the conversation. So yes, it's very important to have the human customer service agents working together with the AI bots at the same time. So they can actually the humans can be coaching in real time the AI bots on how to react at different human situations. So, for example, if there is a real estate agent chatbot that is receiving queries from people who would like to rent apartments or rent houses, and so the chatbot is programmed to push people to make appointments to come and visit the available units. And then sometimes if a potential customer talks about I just got divorced and I need to move out of my house tomorrow, it's important to add in your response the human element of empathy of the situation. So that's where the human agents come in.
I see. Okay. Well, I think this one is also one of the good questions. It's from one of our student, Jessica. As AI continues to evolve and take over more human tasks, where should we draw the ethical boundaries between innovation and human responsibility? At what point does relying on AI start to weaken human values, decision making, or empathy?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, so really good question, and it is a very important question that we need to have answers to. There are some countries that are already dealing with these questions and answers. So European Union is one of the examples where they have defined as part of their AI policy that the human agency is prevalent, and it's a human-centric policy. So if you have to choose, you will always have to choose what's best for human race and human beings. And so this is something that we as citizens, we need to push. We as users, we need to push that it is being defined, if not by the governments, then by the companies who develop those AI tools.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I think can I ask a questions, Dr. Katrin? Uh,
Absolutely.
yeah, as a university, how we can implement the curriculum to modify the curriculum to enhance the epoch skill.
Hmm.
How can we develop the epoch skill for our student to face this AI invasion?
Yes, very good question. Very good question. So definitely one thing that you really need to be AI literate. So you really need to learn about the AI tools. But at the same time, it's very important to also to have courses that deal with getting to know us as human beings. So an excellent course to include in the curricula is organizational behavior that discusses how people behave in an organization and why they do what they do from individual, team, and organizational level. So then we understand ourselves better, and we can understand also our colleagues better. And also um, another great topic to learn about is knowledge management, and especially tacit knowledge management, right? So when we talk about there's a tacit knowledge management and explicit knowledge management. Tacit is what's in your head, and it's not codified. Explicit is codified. So it's very important to learn how we uh, involve us as at a workplace or in our organization, knowledge exchange and knowledge transfer at a tacit level. So having these live conversations, having this, creating the habits and opportunities for people to have conversations and have debates, and also learning how to debate is also a very good skill to have, because it requires you to really prepare yourself and prepare the logic of your thinking and your argumentation.
Okay. Even in this kind of situation, the debate and also confront each other, and also resolving conflict is very important, Dr. Catherine. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
It's a skills that cannot be replaced by AI.
absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So humans are very complex, right? We are very subjective, we are very emotional, and our brains are working in a way that are unexpected. And quite often our brain also uh, reacts in a certain way that we don't expect. And so if we understand better our cognitive functions, our emotions, our moods, our values, and having the conflict solution conflict resolution, negotiation skills,
Mm,
communication skills. Those are the very, very important to have in your curricula.
I see. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Katrin, for the answer. Okay, another question from Grace. I would like to ask, what industries do you see being most disrupted by AI in the next 5 to 10 years, and how should this business prepare?
Yeah, so there are different studies, and my presentation it also includes some of the statistics regarding the industries. That there is a specific report regarding the Indonesia. Let's go
Yeah,
back.
in IT and finance, yeah, Dr. Katrin, and customer sales.
Yeah. So back the okay. Yeah. So all the industries they will be affected more or less, but definitely the industries that require human interactions um, are less likely to be replaced. They will definitely be augmented, right? So you have the chatbots, but if you are in a retail stores, you still need to have salespeople. You need to have the um, face-to-face interactions, right? So the knowledge work, the knowledge industry, right? So the consulting, finance, law, this is at the highest risk that can be automated with some limitations, right? But yeah, so they are at the highest risk.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Katrin, I think this is also a good question for us educators. Uh, okay, since AI becomes more capable of delivering personalized and efficient learning, do you think it will shift the educator's main role from teaching knowledge to guiding moral awareness and empathy?
Yes, so this is a very interesting question. So, if we look at how education was understood some decades ago, right? So it was the teacher-centric
Yeah,
model. Then, of course, there was this model where teacher was giving the lecture and had the textbook, and the student had to memorize what they heard. The interaction was limited, and basically the exam represented on how much the student was able to memorize what they received
yeah,
from the teacher and from a textbook. So today, the model, of course, has changed, and it's more student-centric education. And so you do have to get to know each of your students and find the way how you connect with them to build the knowledge bridge with each student. So the AI tools could replace the earlier um, teacher-centric education, but it's more difficult to replace. But it's rather augmenting uh, the student-centric education.
I see. So it will involve a lot of discussion, problem solving, and debate also between
Exactly,
students
exactly.
and other students if they have a different opinion. Okay, okay. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Kanset. Another- okay. Another question from Farelino Harris. I would like to ask regarding on how might AI affect conventional ideas of individual identity, especially when AI can mimic our writing style, sorry, our voices and even our faces. Thank you. Okay,
Yes,
the mimicking videos, voices. I think it's
yeah,
quite terrifying, Dr. Katrin.
it is. It is quite terrifying. It's a quite unknown territory that we have to face. And again, there are some topics that us as humans we never had to think about, right? So it's just it's pushing our human evolution to a next level, or next level of consciousness, right? For us to be able to survive this AI age, and really to understand it better and to make it work for our own benefit, we do have to get to know ourselves first really well. And so, yes, so if we rely too much on AI tools, we might lose our own voice, right? So we become accustomed on relying on AI tools on every decision making and every email, every paper that we write. Then the big question is that, what is our voice, right? So what's our point of view? Um, so it is something that you really have to get to know yourself. And the best way you can find your own voice, your own identity, is consciously being involved in human interaction, right? So the tacit knowledge exchange, on having uh, meetings with people and having conversations with people so you can actually hear yourself speaking. So our communication has very comfortably moved towards mainly written communication, right? Through text, through emojis. We might leave a audio message, but we are going further away from voice conversations, right? So we feel uncomfortable calling someone, and even more uncomfortable talking face to face if we don't know that person really well, right? So we have to make conscious efforts on having these human interactions and finding and planning those human interactions so we can get to know ourselves and get to know our own voice. And from my own experience, I can recommend the best way you can get to know yourself, who you really are, and what's your voice, what's your opinion, what's your preference, what are your values, is when you travel. When you have a chance to live outside of your community, outside of your comfort zone, for if you can travel for studies, for work, but spend some time outside of your country, away from your comfort zone, and that's where you really have to you're forced to really observe yourself, how much of it, what the way how you were, is because of your community and your environment, and how much of it is you. And those moments of traveling, spending some time away from your home, uh, gives you an opportunity to get to know yourself and really understanding, your voice.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. Katrin. Maybe this is the last questions from me. On your presentation slide, it's written that unequal access to AI can lead to broader inequality between countries. Would you please give us an example about it, Dr. Katrin?
Yeah, so the example that I was using from the Latin America. So where is it? Yeah, finding it. Where is it? Latin. Okay, yeah. So
Ah,
yeah, so the example that I was using from Latin America is the inequality in terms of access to digital tools. And so since the digital tools are evolving so quickly, and so it really will become a privilege to be able to be able to be AI literate, and having the up to date information and understanding of all the AI tools available. So then you can actually augment your performance and augment your work. And so there are countries that have more access to technology than others. There are, and within countries also, there are different socioeconomic levels that have more or less access to the technological tools. That will definitely create this digital divide and will create a divide between people because of the lack of access or availability of the opportunities for very few. If there is no specific government program that democratizes technology and AI tools for everyone.
Oh, I see. The difference of the availability access for the AI will lead to gap in terms of opportunities, yeah, Dr. Katrin, yeah,
Yes.
between countries. Okay, I see. Okay. Well, Dr. Katrin, thank you very much for our session today. I believe me, myself, and also the students uh, receive a lot of insight, information from your sessions. Once again, thank you very